only migrants?
15-year-old
Non-migrant
girl.
rapists don't go to jail as well.
Now I'm talking.
Jeffrey Epstein got away with it.
In all your talk today, and
No, he didn't. He murdered an entire family.
So, and that's the thing.
No, he didn't. That's not true, Uwe.
So, no, he
killed the entire family, Uwe. You're lying. He killed the entire family. What are you talking about?
No.
He didn't ask you that. He said, what's your view of Trump, Uwe?
No, the view of Trump now is that I think he started strong after he got elected, and then the thing's going a little sideways for him right now.
But when you called him in 2018, Uwe, you said of him, he was lying and lying and lying. This is about him winning in 2016, and his politic is only to make the rich richer and the poor poorer.
In a fiercely contested exchange, broadcaster Mehdi Hasan goes head-to-head with filmmaker Uwe Boll over his controversial new vigilante film and his sudden political pivot toward the MAGA movement. As Boll attempts to defend his movie by claiming his vigilante protagonist strictly targets criminals, Hasan quickly exposes glaring script contradictions, pointing out that the character executes an entire Syrian refugee family, including innocent family members whose only crime was being a witness. The debate grows even more heated when Hasan confronts Boll on his dramatic flip-flop regarding Donald Trump. Despite labeling Trump a serial liar who enriches the wealthy back in 2018, Boll now dodges direct criticism, revealing how creators and commentators often soften their stances to pander to new right-wing audiences.
Last point. Armie Hammer is the star of this film.
Yeah.
The irony of Armie Hammer being in a film about vigilante justice. Armie Hammer was accused of rape in 2021. The authorities dropped those charges in 2023. He denied it. They said there was not enough evidence. In that 2-year period where he was being investigated, but not charged with a crime or convicted, should we have supported a vigilante going and taking out Armie Hammer because the justice system wasn't dealing with this rapist? Of course not. But the irony of Armie Hammer playing a vigilante, killing people who haven't been convicted of any crimes, is just just amazing to me.
All right. Uwe, let me ask you first of all. Uwe, I won't let you respond, but just my question just off the top. My question at the top for you is, have you heard personally from Elon Musk? Have you talked to him about this?
No, not really. We just had exchanges as messages, basically.
And what did he say? What did Elon Musk say to you?
No, it was only that he liked what he saw, and if we could play the movie on X, right? And then we said, yeah, whatever. If it's like a short-term period, we maybe can do it. So, but I need to say one thing. This Syrian refugee family, where the son was a rapist. He did the gang rape. That's basically on a case what was in Hamburg a few years ago. And I think stuff like this incites violence in the population, because if you have 8 rapists and they don't get prosecuted, they don't go to jail, then people getting this kind of vigilante fantasies, right? They think like, what the fuck? Why people don't go to jail if they rape a 15-year-old girl?
Non-migrant rapists don't go to jail as well.
Now I'm talking.
Jeffrey Epstein got away with it.
In all your talk today, you say all Muslims are whatever victims, non-stop victims of right-wing attacks. I
never said that.
But you said that. You implied that in everything you said. No. And so
I didn't say all Muslims. I said there are rape gangs which include Muslims.
In my film, he goes against criminals, not Muslims, criminals. And
he didn't. He murdered an entire family.
So, and that's the thing.
No, he didn't. That's not true, Uwe.
So, he
killed the entire family, Uwe. You're lying. He killed the entire family. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not lying. He shoots the entire family.
Were they all criminals? Was the girl a criminal? Was his sister a criminal?
No, but she was okay with the rape, and she saw the rape as a witness. So
you support killing people for having views you don't like?
Don't forget, it's a fictional movie. It's a fictional movie, and in movies,
but you're talking in real life now. You're saying he killed only criminals. I pointed out he didn't kill only criminals, and you said, but she had it coming.
You said basically what you say is that it doesn't really matter. It was just a random Syrian family. He goes in and executes them. Total bullshit.
I didn't say random. You're lying. I specifically said the son was a rapist and he killed the entire family. And that clip is being shown as a moderate response. I've said this multiple times, Uwe. That clip has been used online as a moderate response. You should condemn that. Well, you should condemn it. You should condemn it. If I made something, if I wrote something that was being used by far-right people to incite violence, I would say...
The reality is that the people are fed up with the situation how it is. the migration
Which the
doesn't
people,
work.
Uwe, you don't speak
And
for the people.
we need
People
to
are fed up with
reduce
Jeffrey Epstein
migration
too.
from
Should they go around and
Islamistic
kill
countries.
Donald Trump and Republicans? Obviously not.
Well, you mentioned Trump there.
People are upset with lots of things.
Well, hang on. You mentioned Trump there. There have been a lot of memes online replacing Armie Hammer with Trump. Let's take a look at this. You can see him there, a citizen vigilante to the president.
Yeah, Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein's good pal, man found liable for sexual abuse.
What
He's
is
the guy
your
who's gonna
view,
protect us
Uwe?
from
What is your
rapists.
view of Donald Trump? Because you were very, very critical of him a few years ago. You called him a fascist and so on. What's your view of him now?
No, I think that Trump won the election against Harris because Harris was a phony and totally not believable at all, not authentic. And I think that the Democrats, especially Biden, who was kind of dementia, completely dropped the ball. And that's the reason Donald Trump got reelected. So,
But he didn't ask you that. He said, what's your view of Trump, Uwe?
No, the view of Trump now is that I think he started strong after he got elected. And then the thing's going a little sideways for him right now, right? I think the Iran war was just kind of an unplanned.
But when you called him in 2018, Uwe, you said of him, he was lying and lying and lying. This is about him winning in 2016. And his politic is only to make the rich richer and the poor poorer.
But that's basically, unfortunately, most of the time the result of politics in general, right? So, but it's true. It's like, look,
he can't criticize him now. His entire crowd is MAGA. His entire audience is MAGA.
Well, my only question, Uwe, do you still think that Donald Trump is a serial liar whose politics only make the rich richer and the poor poorer, as you said in 2018?
No, I mean that was, I think, based on the first term. Right?
You don't feel that now?
I think at the first term, and I think also that Trump definitely takes care of his own family when he is a president now, as we see in his filings, right? So, and I think we just need to see it realistically. But the reality is also that I think that in total for the economy, for example, in the US, and also with my immigration that 8 million people just walked into the country, under Harris, I think the people made the vote and felt, okay, you know what? It doesn't work. We need Trump again. So I'm not an American. I cannot vote there, right? But I'm kind of on the side like a guy like Bill Maher, you know, who sees the plus and the negative at the same time, and you have to evaluate what is the better way to go.
Okay, you've answered the question.
This clash is a textbook example of what happens when online political posturing and film promos face real, unscripted, journalistic scrutiny. In under 10 minutes, Mehdi Hasan systematically dismantles the central defense of citizen vigilante. By pointing out that the film's protagonist slaughters an entire family, including an innocent sister whose only crime was being a witness, Hasan exposes the core flaw in the vigilante fantasy. It relies entirely on ignoring who actually gets caught in the crossfire. Even more revealing, however, is Uwe Boll's sudden pivot on Donald Trump. Back in 2018, Boll called Trump a serial liar whose policies only serve to enrich the wealthy. Yet when confronted with his own words, he couldn't bring himself to stand by them. Why? Because doing so would alienate the lucrative MAGA audience he's currently quoting. It perfectly highlights the broader media ecosystem where creators and commentators abandon past principles the moment a profitable new fan base presents itself.